All right, we got a lot to talk about with Marathon. Okay, we got a lot to talk about with Marathon. I have a lot of videos that we can pull up and play and watch. I'm not here to shit on. Okay, I'm not here to shit on Marathon. Okay, I'm not here to shit on Bungie either. Okay, my content's about when we bring up stuff and talk about stuff, and I give you my thoughts and opinions on things. It's based on like information, like facts, numbers, and why I'm thinking the way I am, not because I don't like the company or I don't like the extraction. Okay, so this is my way I look at things. Okay, up front, okay, I'm not a big extraction guy. I've tried extractions. Okay, I don't hate extractions. It's just not for me, right? If I was younger, okay, I think I would be more interested in extractions. But where I am now as a gamer, okay, and when I do play games, I don't want to be there because extractions to me don't respect my time, okay? Now, I'm not saying that all extractions are shit because of it, okay? When I played Division, I used to play the DZ, okay? But the more people play the DZ and the less people play the casuals come into DZ, you get your ass handed to you because these people, DZs, okay, dark zones, extractions, any type of thing where people gain gear, better gear than you, and then own you more and more, just gets worse and worse as it happens, right? And then what happens is a moat starts to form around the inner circle and the outer circle in extractions, okay? So what happens with a lot of extractions is that, let's say we all start on day one. Let's say no one's ever played an extraction before. We all just start on day one inside the extraction of Marathon, and we all on the same level playing field. Okay, we all get in. What is there, 18 people, I think, inside of Marathon, and everyone goes around, and you happen to find a better gun because there's only a certain amount of guns or whatever, and you find this gun. Now, this one person that found the gun, let's say is Dr. Lupo or Shroud, and they are just dominant, right? They're just dominant already because their skill level is already higher than everybody else's, okay? Obviously, it's all RNG as far as who you're going up against and whatnot, right? But let's just say you're in a lobby with somebody like that caliber type of stuff, and they happen to find the gun. And even if they didn't find the gun, they're going to get that gun from the person that found the gun because they're just better at the game, okay? So there's a huge skill thing. Now, the skill people get the better weapons, and then they keep those better weapons. And for the lower end people to try to get those weapons, one, they have to kill that person. Then, two, get the gun. Now, let's say they extract, okay? Well, the good players are going to keep those guns, and they're going to bring them back in because they're better tier players, and they're going to own people because they're just better skilled players. The lower tier people, even with the best weapons, they're thinking about it, should I bring this gun in? But I don't want to lose this gun, so they leave it in their stash, right? Why? I don't know, okay? In a game like this, you want to probably bring in the best that you could possibly do, but at the same time, you can lose it, okay? So a lot of people don't like that. Two, a lot of people that play extractions, there's a smaller group of people, and this is the niche community of it, right? I understand extractions are very popular within the crowd of extraction shooters, okay? But there is a very niche community within the giant landscape of gaming itself, okay? So let me just show you a couple of numbers here, okay? Let me show you a couple of numbers here. So right now, this is the most played extraction shooter games on Steam, okay? Now, this is not the one-all be-all. I have the Tarkov numbers here because Tarkov is not on there, okay? But I have Tarkov numbers as well. Okay, so on Steam, right now, we have Delta Force, which is pretty new, but it's also free to play. It's a free-to-play game, okay? Helldivers has been out for 1 year, okay? And Helldivers is a PvE extraction. Delta Force is a Battlefield-esque type of game. It's got an extraction in it. It's got different game modes in it. It's got a single-player story. And this is including all of these numbers. This is not just extraction numbers in here, okay? All-time peak, 131,000. Current is 90,000, okay? Helldivers is 458,000. Right now, 24-hour peak, 46,000. Right now, it's at 29,000. Hunt Showdown, okay? Straight-up extraction, 60,000 all-time peak, 27,000, 24-hour peak, 19,000 right now. Let me refresh this just to make sure this is the current numbers. Okay, yeah. So around the same numbers. Okay, Dark and Darker. Okay, 57,000, 19,000, 17,000 right now concurrent. Okay, and you can keep going down this list, right? Gray zone of Warzone, you got 72,000, you got 2,700 people playing, 1,500 people playing right now. Lost Light, 1,300 people. Steel Hunters, okay, and there's games here that are specifically extractions, and then there's things that are mixed in extractions and whatnot, right? So you look at this and go, oh, okay, well, they're popular. They're popular. They have a lot of people playing the extraction shooters, even though there's a mix in here. Like Helldivers is an extraction, but it's PvE, no PvP. Okay. Then we go to Tarkov, which is like the big game. Let me refresh this, make sure this is the game numbers that we have here. Okay. So this is Escape from Tarkov. Okay. There's 90,000 people right now playing online. Active players, there's 1.9 million people in the last 30 days. Okay, so 2 million people. Okay, in the last 30 days, they have a negative 71,000 people. Okay, so the number here, though, online right now is 90,000. If you look at this, it's about the same as Delta Force, but Delta Force has got a couple of different game modes in it. Now we have Marathon coming out. Marathon has to break into this category. This category has got some of a following. It's a niche community. This is not a dig on it saying, oh, it's a niche community. Like Dark Souls is a niche community. Elden Ring came into the ballpark, and it made it a much broader audience to come into a Dark Souls type of game. It's not the exact same, but it's more broader space. That is what Bungie's trying to do with Marathon. Marathon, in my opinion, is trying to get into this field, but also kind of be the Elden Ring when it comes to breaking into the market to be more of a broader audience, right? Now, obviously, I understand there's numbers and people that play games on the console. They also play it on PC. But that's where I think Marathon's trying to settle in, right? Bungie, in 2014 when they came out, there wasn't games like they were making. There was Warframe. There was sort of games like that. There was Defiance. But when they came in, they made a PvE, PvP type of game, two separate game modes, PvE, PvP, okay? And now what they're doing is they're taking it and putting PvP, VE into one. It's an extraction game. It's got the gunplay of Destiny. It's got really the skeleton of Destiny within Marathon, okay? And then they have this style of, a lot of people, you either like it or you don't. The way Marathon looks, let me bring up a video here, okay? Let me bring up a video here. You either like it or you don't, right? Very stylistic. People look at this and like, I don't like it. I don't like it. It looks like shit. And other people are like, I really like it. Here's what I think about it, okay? I'm not a big fan of what it looks like, but I totally get, right? You're going to talk about it because of the way it looks. You understand what I'm saying, right? Marathon might not click for you, but this vision, their art style, the way they're choosing to show Marathon is going to stick out amongst everything else that is an extraction shooter, which also kind of looks the same. So what they're doing now is they're coming out and trying to stylistically separate themselves from everybody else, right? Now, obviously, the character models and stuff that are in the game, some people look at it and go, oh, I like that. Other people look like it looks like shit. Well, obviously, it looks like shit. They got to make it look somewhat cool, but not cool enough because they have to sell you microtransactions and stuff down the road. There'll be things that you earn that make your character look better. You have to have a basic character to start with, and then you're going to have to build up to it to make it look better as you play more of the game, right? Remember, you can't see yourself, but other people can see you. So when other people are picking a runner, okay, and they see your character and you're like, oh, damn, and you're a better player than they are, they see what you look like, and they're like, oh, that looks much cooler. How do they do that? And that's a motivator to let you keep playing if you are playing an extraction shooter, right? So they got to make it somewhat cool looking, but not too cool because they want you to have that loop of going in to try to get better things, right? Understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't like what it looks like, but other people are like, yeah, it's good. You're going to get a lot of people that just like Destiny. They just like Bungie for Destiny. Maybe they're Bungie fans from Halo. Maybe they're Bungie fans from Marathon back in 1994. They're coming into this. Now, I don't know why they called it Marathon. They could have called it something completely different, and it would have been just as exciting because now people that were Marathon fans from back in the day, they look at this and go, this is nothing like Marathon. So they're just taking the name and putting it in to kind of jingle the, nostalgia berries to people. Another thing that's happening in this game is we always talk about minimal viable product. Minimal viable product is where if you had a single-player game, there's a story. There's a bunch of story elements there, cutscenes and whatnot. They've said that there's no story elements like that in it, but there is going to be a story told across the season, and they're going to kind of drop it like they've done a little bit. I guess sort of like what they've done in Destiny in the last, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years. I haven't really played it in the last 3, 4 years, but I hear that that's how they're dropping the stuff, like story-based stuff. Sort of, I guess, I'm going to bring up another one, like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, where they don't tell you a story through cutscenes. They tell you stories through the actual gameplay that you're playing and the audio logs that you pick up or the videos that you see, whatever it is inside the actual game. So that's a turnoff for a lot of people as well. The extraction shooter genre itself is going to be a hard sell because a lot of people, and again, I'm an older gamer, okay? I've been playing games since I was 3 years old. I'm 46 now, I'll be 47 next month. So I've been playing for over 40 years, and I'm just not into these games anymore. Doesn't mean the game's bad in any way, shape, or form, but here's what I'm saying is I want my time respected. The game itself is going to be resetted every season, okay? Now, there's a difference. There's a difference for me, okay? There's a difference for me where if I'm playing a game like Blueprints, where it's a rogue and I'm resetting every day, but I'm learning something else is going along, and there's a completely separate edition of I'm playing this for 12 weeks, and that at the end of the 12 weeks, I'm getting completely resetted. Now, I'm not trying to compare this to Destiny as far as in Destiny, I got to keep my stuff, but you guys know where I stand even in Diablo. I'm like, why can't I just continue my gameplay? Why do I have to reset every season? I want my time respected, okay? And maybe I'm alone on this. I don't think I am. But I don't want to put in 100 hours into a game just so it gets resetted back to 0 so I can put another 100 hours in. And yes, I am learning the map or I'm learning what thing does what. But at the end of the season, I lose all that stuff. So if I'm extracting the coolest gear and I'm not using it because I don't want to lose it inside the actual match, but now I'm going to lose it regardless, then you might as well use it when you're in the actual mission. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff there that I just don't like about the genre. Now, do I think Bungie Marathon could be successful? Is it going to be more successful than Concord? I want to say yes, just off Bungie alone. Just off Bungie alone, I see this game minimum 1 year for a couple of reasons. One, Bungie. The gunplay in this is much better than what was in Concord. Just facts, okay? Two, even though there was Bungie developers on Concord as well, it's just different style. You can tell it looks different. Two, the stylistic of it, of what Marathon looks like, I think a lot of people are going to attach to it just because it's different. And three, just the goodwill, because it is Bungie. Because of Bungie itself, there's diehard fans. It doesn't matter what they put out. They're going to love what Bungie does, and they're going to dip their toes in it. If that's a person that's never played an extraction shooter before. So will the numbers be astronomical? Will it be above Delta Force? Will it be above Tarkov? Will it be possibly? It possibly could be because they're trying to get that market like Elden Ring got with the Dark Souls crowd. Dark Souls sold like 5 million, 6 million copies. Elden Ring came out, it sold 25 million copies, right? Tarkov sells, 5 million, 6 million copies, but maybe this comes out and it sells 8 to 10 million copies, right? Then they would position themselves as the number one extraction shooter in the genre, which is plausible from Bungie. Now, I understand Bungie's on its downside and Destiny's still going on and people are upset what happened over 10 years, but I do believe there's a lot of goodwill still there. There's a lot of people that like the PvP section of Destiny that will give this a shot. They have their core 3 group. Now, we're going to watch some videos talking more about it. I didn't watch all of these videos. I watched bits and pieces of certain ones, okay? So we're going to watch a couple of videos as they tell stuff, and then I'll give you my thoughts and opinion. But before we get to that, these are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments section down below. Do you think Marathon is going to be a flop? Do you think it's going to be the next Concord for Sony, or do you believe that Marathon will be here for at least a year and beyond that because of the gameplay, because of Bungie? Let me know in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.